morning. Good morning, everybody out there. And what a beautiful morning it is, too. I'm looking outside my window here in Goulburn, New South Wales, and the sun is with us. And I'm inspired by a George Harrison song before I do anything else this morning. Let's just welcome the sun with that beautiful Beatles song that's called Here Comes the Sun. This is your Monday Morning Melodies. I'm Mike Baker. I'm with you for the next 60 minutes, hoping to get our week off to a nice melodious start. Here comes the sun. Welcome along, everybody. Welcome to all our friends out there in the care community this morning. Welcome along to all those people who might be in aged care, residential care. You may be in the community and someone visits you. Good morning also to our carers out there. We appreciate the work that you do. Absolutely. From week to week, you're always there to perform those important tasks. Oh dear. I'll take that call later, won't I? Anyway, I'm looking outside my window here. I'm coming to you as I always do from Goulburn, New South Wales, on behalf and in association with the Hume Conservatorium. This is part of our outreach into the care community, but we welcome anybody along. If you like to get your week underway with a little bit of music and melody in your heart, put this in your diary. 9:30 on a Monday morning. Did I say 9? Gee, I should have been here an hour ago. 10:30 on a Monday morning, folks, and we're here every Monday morning for you. We like to start our week with a little bit of stretching, and a good way to start stretching is to move along to something that's moving in 3. And I've got a little tune for you here. If you've ever watched people ice skating or you've ever been ice skating, you'll know that they like to shift their weight from one side to the other. We're going to start with a little tune this morning called the Skater's Waltz. It gives you the opportunity, if you're on your feet, to just push your weight from one side to the other. You mightn't have a lot of mobility this morning, but there's other things we can do too. Just to do a little bit of a sway even just on our hips. Maybe sitting up in bed just to move from one side to another. You might like to get your shoulders moving. You might like to get the head rotating a little bit. Moving in 3 is a good way of doing that. Let's start today with an old tune, an oldie but a goldie. This is called the Skater's Waltz. And I invite you to try and make a mental picture of ice skaters out there on the ice and moving gracefully as they do from one foot to the other. Here's the music that might go with that mental imagery. How'd you go? We could go around the circuit again, couldn't we? You getting those moves happening? Swaying. Swaying is probably a good way to characterise what we do in this one. We shift our weight and we sway. Oh dear, I hope I'm not making you a little bit seasick with my movement here. Okay, let's go again. Let's go around the circuit one more time with the Skater's Waltz. Nearly home. The Skater's Waltz, a good one to move to. I hope you were moving. Some people like to even do the hand movements. You can do swaying movements just even with your hands. Depending on how much mobility you've got, some people like to get around and if they're up and about at home, you know, might be doing a bit of ice skating around in the kitchen with the socks on. Just be careful of those slippery tiles, I guess. All right, that was the Skater's Waltz, and that got us moving and swaying. We'll do another little bit of a movement song in a minute. I'm going to invite you to be a little bit more vigorous in your movements. If you've got mobility, maybe get those knees up a little bit higher and sort of like a little bit of a marching beat, this next one. Once again, you might be in bed, but still, there may be things that there may be parts of you that can move quite freely to the beat. This is an invitation to join us for a little bit of that. A lot of country music is good for that oompa kind of a rhythm that's good to march to. And I'm a bit of a fan of Willie Nelson. I think I mentioned it here before too. My little 9-month-old granddaughter too is very keen on Willie Nelson, and she particularly likes this song. You ready there? On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again. going places that I've never been, seeing things that I may never see again. I can't wait to get on the road again. On the road again, like a band of gypsies we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keep turning our way. And our way is on the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends, and I can't wait to get on the road again. How you going with those movements at home? Like a band of gypsies we go down the highway. We're the best of friends, insisting that the world keep turning our way. And our way is on the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. The life I love is making music with my friends. I can't wait to get on the road again. No, I can't wait to get on the road again. Willie Nelson, hasn't he had a career and a half? Since his early days writing songs for people like Patsy Cline, pretty much everything Willie's written has become a classic. And from about the 1970s, that song I played for you then, On the Road Again, was a big hit for him then. And I don't know, maybe in your collection, in your CD collection, you might have that terrific album that he did. It was called Stardust, the Hoagy Carmichael song Stardust. And he covered a lot of those standards, a lot of those oldies but goldies. It's a good way of talking about them. Oldies but goldies. Those classic songs from what they call the American Songbook, or the Great American Songbook. Composers like Cole Porter, George Gershwin. Are these names you know? Irving Berlin, Harold Arlen, Jimmy McHugh and Dorothy Fields. Wonderful, wonderful songwriters whose music endures, doesn't it? So I like to keep that repertoire alive myself, and I hope you enjoy the selections that I come up with for you, but I like to dip into stuff that's a little bit, well, when I say more recent too, I'm talking about probably 60s onwards too. I like to find things like that great Willie Nelson tune, and there's a lot of fun things, aren't there? Now, I'm going to keep moving here. Now, we're going to give you a little break from my singing, but I'm going to stay in that triplet feel, we call it, moving in threes. The Righteous Brothers had a big hit with this song that's got this swaying kind of a rhythm in it. The song was called Unchained Melody. Wonderful melody, the Unchained Melody. The Righteous Brothers had the hit with that, didn't they? Two boys, Bill Medley and Bobby Hatfield, who comprised the Righteous Brothers, and they recorded that classic somewhere around 63, 64. I'm going to hazard a guess there. And I hope you've got off to a little bit of a moving, in the sense that we got our bits. I hope that you got an active start to our program today with a little bit of movement and a little bit of stretching. That's how we like to start our week, moving, stretching to some nice melodies, some in 3, some in March time, just to get us up and going. Okay, here's another song. It's a bit of a classic melody. I haven't played this one for you before. In fact, I haven't played this one at all. Let's see what we can do. A character called Sting. Got a hit with this one for sure. A lot of people, including a young lady called Eva Cassidy, whose career was unfortunately short. It's the way with all the good ones, isn't it? Or not all the good ones, I suppose, but it's not an unheard of sort of phenomenon for someone phenomenally talented to not live, an extended number of years. And I'm thinking of people here like George Gershwin, absolute musical genius. We lost George in 1937 at the age of 37. Who else am I thinking of? Fats Waller, magnificent entertainer. In fact, I'm inspired, I think, to just break away from my playlist here this morning and let's put up a Fats Waller tune. Big fan of Fats Waller, I am. And Fats Waller had a hit with this one. A lot of people had a hit with this one. It's a bit of a fun song. He was an entertainer and he enjoyed bringing fun into people's lives, did Fats Waller. And this is one of his enduring tunes called I Ain't Misbehavin'. No one to talk with, I'm all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. I know for certain the one that I love. I'm through with flirting, now it's just you I'm thinking of. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Like Jack Horner in the corner, going nowhere, what do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Oh, believe me now, honey, I don't stay out late, I got nowhere to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. One for the piano player. To talk with, I'm all by myself. No one to walk with, but I'm happy on the shelf. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. I know for certain the one that I love. I'm through with flirting, it's just you I'm thinking of, baby. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. Jack Horner in the corner, going nowhere. What do I care? Your kisses are worth waiting for. Oh, believe me now, honey, I don't stay out late, I got nowhere to go. I'm home about 8, just me and my radio. Ain't misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. And you, and you, and you at home, and you there too. How about that? Now, while I have it in my head, I'm going to send out a bit of a cheerio this morning to the wife of a friend. My friend Jim has asked me to say hello, and I'm quite happy to his wife Heather this morning. Heather, we hope you're in good shape. I hope you're recuperating well, and I hope you're back to 100% very, very soon. So I don't mind giving out calls to people. If you want to jump into the comment section here and say hello, I'm more than happy to acknowledge that you're out there. Got to be doing that while this is live, of course. A lot of people like to watch this later in the week. Nothing to stop you putting a comment in there. I will still see it. But I can't actually acknowledge you at this minute, if it's coming in later in the week. That's just the way it works, doesn't it? All right. Now, Fats Waller's one of my favourite fat men. Oh, I shouldn't say that, should I? But he calls himself the Fat Man. There's another fatty I like too called Fats Domino. And let's see if we can put a Fats Domino tune together while we're at it. I found my thrill on Blueberry Hill. On Blueberry Hill, where I first met you. The moon stood still on Blueberry Hill and waited until my dreams came true. The wind in the willows played love's sweet melodies, and all of those vows that we made were never to be. Now we're apart, I think of you still, when you were my thrill on Blueberry Hill. Found my thrill on Blueberry Hill and wandered until my dreams came true. The wind in the willows played love's sweet melodies, and all of those vows that we made were never to be. Now we're apart, I think of you still, for a gentleman from New Orleans called Fats Domino. And he had a lot of great tunes, didn't he? I'm walking, yes indeed, and I'm a-talking. Yeah, he had a lot of great songs. I might have to dig up a few Fats Waller tunes, I think. And you know what? There'd be probably nothing stopping me from doing that at all. Okay, let's play you a little bit of an instrumental. Let's play you a little bit of this beautiful song from the 1960s, the Paul Moriarty Orchestra. Had a hit with this, it's called Love is Blue. Love is Blue. That gives me an autumn feeling, that song. I know we're into winter, aren't we? We're into the second week of winter. Last week when I was talking to you folks out there, we were on the very tail end of May. And here we are today. Is it the 7th of June? I think it is the 7th of June today. Monday, the 7th of June. And I hope you're somewhere where you can see outside. It's cool out there, of course. But if you're somewhere where you can be behind the glass, maybe you've got a sunny spot, it's certainly nice to be soaking in the sun's warmth this morning. My dad used to like to get out and sit in the car and read the paper. Well, that was his favourite place to read the paper. Park the car in a sunny spot and spread the paper out over the steering wheel. I think actually what might have motivated a lot of it, he might have liked to escape from us kids. But, I've often thought about doing that myself, but it certainly was my dad's choice of reading venues. Out there in the car, behind the glass, and in the sun. All right, I'm going to turn some pages here, and okay. Speaking of Harold Arlen there before, Harold Arlen and Johnny Mercer wrote a song called "You Got to Accentuate the Positive." Wonderful message in this song. You've got to accentuate the positive, eliminate the negative. Latch on to the affirmative and don't mess with Mr. In Between. And I think I'm going to play it up here somewhere. Let's try it. We might even use that for a little bit of an introduction. You gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate all the negatives, latch on to the affirmative, now don't mess with Mr. In Between. You gotta spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum. Have faith or pandemonium's liable to walk onto the scene. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. To illustrate my last remark, Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark. What did they do when everything looked so dark? Man, they said accentuate the positive, eliminate the negatives, latch on to the affirmative, don't mess with Mr. In Between. You gotta accentuate the positive, eliminate all the negatives, latch on to the affirmative, now don't mess with Mr. In Between. You've gotta spread joy up to the maximum, bring gloom down to the minimum. Have faith or pandemonium's liable to walk upon the scene. Don't mess with Mr. In Between. To illustrate my last remark, Jonah in the whale, Noah in the ark. What did they do? Oh, when everything looked so dark. Well, accentuate the positive, eliminate all the negatives, latch on to the affirmative, don't mess with Mr. In Between. I said, don't mess with Mr. In Between. A fun old Harold Arlen, Johnny Mercer song there from 1944. Accentuate the positive and make sure you eliminate the negative. Did I get sidetracked from that Sting song I was talking about? I think I did. I think I got sidetracked onto a little bit of Fats Waller, then Fats Domino, and then, oh dear, the playlist went right out the window. Let's see. I hope you know this one. This is called The Fields of Gold. Beautiful melody, just so simple, and what could I say about this melody? It's not enough to say that it's simple. It's a very well constructed melody. It's just it captures a mood so beautifully. The song called The Fields of Gold. Beautiful, simple melody. I'm always amazed when I hear a simple melody that's got so few elements in it. Only two or three chords in that song, and the melody doesn't really stray outside of its home key, and it makes you wonder, doesn't it? It makes me marvel actually at how from the very most the simplest collection of musical materials you can fashion such a beautiful song. And that takes true musicianship to do something simple and effective like that. Okay, before we give you something else to bop along to, I was reminded of this song too. Let's see if we can do something with this, and then we might wind up the tempo a bit. A song, it's not a song actually, this is an instrumental tune that was a hit for a couple of guys called Santo and Johnny. And one of them, I'm not sure which one of them played the pedal steel guitar. And they had a big hit with this enduring melody it is, called Sleepwalk. See if I can remember it. I think I can. I think it starts something like this. Where are we? I'm going to start it there. beautiful haunting melody called Sleepwalk. A hit for Santo and Johnny, and it's been reheated a lot of times, that particular melody. Particularly remember a wonderful interpretation by the guitarist Jeff Beck. And you can probably find that easily enough, I suppose, if you did a bit of homework on it. Going to liven things up here. Big band tune, this one, from an arranger composer called Cy Oliver. And this is called Opus Number 1. Opus Number 1 by a guy called Cy Oliver, and he was an arranger back in the days of the big bands, the swing bands. Okie doke, how are we going there? You're probably hearing a little bit of extraneous background noise there today, and I'm going to ask you to be a little bit patient with me. I've got a 9-month-old granddaughter in the next room, and she likes to try to get out to see Pop. They're the extraneous noises. Maybe I'll just have to play a little bit louder. That can be organised. All right. We're going to let's turn some pages here for the moment. And my collection of songs here. I wanted to play today. Was I going to play that one? No, I wasn't going to play that one. Actually, you know what? I'm looking in the wrong book. I'm looking in the wrong book, so just bear with me for half a moment, if you would. And I'm going to do a little bit of a look here. All right. I always like to put in this Harry Belafonte tune. It's just something that makes me feel a little bit like I'm not in the middle of winter, but I'm out somewhere where the nights are gay, down the way where the nights are gay and the sun shines daily on the mountaintop. That's Jamaica Farewell, isn't it? Let's have a little bit of the Jamaica Farewell. Down the way where the nights are gay and the sun shines daily on the mountain top, I took a trip on a sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica I made a stop. Well, I'm sad to say I'm on my way. I won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is spinning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston Town. Down the market you can hear ladies cry out while on their heads they bear. Ackee rice, old fish is nice, but the rum is good any time of year. And I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston Town. Sounds of laughter everywhere, and the dancing girls swirl to and fro. I must declare my heart is there, though I've been from Maine to Mexico. Well, I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is spinning around. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston Town. The sun shines daily on the mountain top. I took a trip on a sailing ship, and when I reached Jamaica I made a stop. Well, I'm sad to say I'm on my way. Won't be back for many a day. My heart is down, my head is turning around. Had to leave a little girl in Kingston Town. I had to leave a little girl in Kingston Town. Okay. Hope you knew some of that to sing along with. A Hank Williams song, and we'll be very close to the end of our hour then. Talking before about very limited resources and how some songwriters can just take 3 chords or 4 chords and turn it into a song with not even wandering too far outside of the home key. That amazes me. What amazes me more is when someone can do it with 2 chords. And Hank Williams was one of those characters. Now, we're going to end up today with a little bit of the rhythm that we started with. Do you remember the Willie Nelson song that we started with? And we thought, if we're mobile and we're on our feet, we can get our knees up a little bit higher. And wherever you're at this morning, this is a good one to move to. Goodbye, Joe. Me gotta go. Me oh my oh. Good message for the end of happy hour, isn't it? Anyway, this is a Hank Williams song, and it's got that little umpa rhythm going on. Goodbye, Joe. We gotta go. Me oh my oh. Me gotta go pull up her road down the bayou. My Yvonne, sweetest one, me oh my oh. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. Course tonight I'm gonna see my share of me-o. Pick guitar, fill fruit jar, and big A-O. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Thibodeau, Fountain, oh, the place is buzzing. Kinfolk come to see Yvonne by the dozen. Dress in style, go hog wild, me oh my oh. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Oh, jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my share of meal. Pick guitar, fill fruit jar, and big ale. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Settle down, far from town, get me a pirogue, and I'll catch all the fish in the bayou. Swap my mom to buy Yvonne what you need, oh. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Oh, jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my share of meal. Pick guitar, fill fruit jar, and big ale. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Let's do that again. Jambalaya, crawfish pie, filet gumbo. 'Cause tonight I'm gonna see my share of meal. Pick guitar, fill fruit jar, and big ale. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Son of a gun, gonna have big fun on the bayou. Oh, wonderful old Hank Williams tune, Jambalaya. I tell you what, that's got my blood flowing. So, to the strains of Errol Garner's 1952 hit, Misty. Going to wish you well for the week ahead. And remind you that with a bit of music in your life, a lot of things can seem so much better, can't they? The good thing about music is, as I like to say, it's not fattening. You can binge on it, and no way you're going to put on any extra pounds. No way you're going to have to throw your diet out the window or anything like that. And music's good for what ails you. So, folks, same time, same place next week. It's goodbye from me on behalf of the Hume Conservatorium.